So I've decided I'm going to ride the Old Ghost Road on a mountain bike in the South Island of New Zealand. And it's quite a challenging ride. Apparently it traverses the Southern Alps, is quite remote and rough and rugged, but is also spectacular and a really great ride. And it takes between 2 to 4 days and requires you to be pretty fit and pretty experienced. And I'm just trying to figure out, am I fit enough? Am I experienced enough for this ride? Because up until now I haven't done a huge amount of mountain bike riding, and I sit in a desk at a job most of the time, so I'm not super fit either. On the website of the Old Ghost Road, it asks you to ask yourself a few questions, and these include: can you ride along a narrow winding trail that is only 400 to 600 millimeters wide in places? Are you competent and confident riding along a trail with steep exposed edges and drops away at one side? Can you ride over rocks, drops and obstacles the size of soccer balls? Are you fit enough to ride long, steep hills for an hour at a time? And can you ride for extended periods of up to 8 hours each day? Now, I'm not sure if I can do that or not. So today I'm going to take a ride from my home in Brooklyn, Wellington, up to the Windmill, which is a climb of around 300 metres, along the Barking Emu mountain bike trail, down the Red Rocks trail, which includes a little bit of a grade 4 downhill section, and then out along the coast and back up the hill to Brooklyn. Probably, at a guess, maybe a ride of 15 to 20 kilometres. Definitely not as tough as the Old Ghost Road, but it will be a good gauge to see if I'm ready for that ride. And I'm not doing the ride for 2 months, so I do have a little bit of time to train and get ready, but this is my chance to try and figure out, can I do the Old Ghost Road? Right, so that hill behind me is the first hill that I have to ride up. So I made it up to the Windmill at the top of the Brooklyn Hill. It wasn't quite as painful as I was expecting it to be. It was definitely steep, and I was feeling it there, and I stopped and took a little bit of footage here and there along the way. But overall it was pretty okay. So yeah, so that's a good sign at least. And so now I'm going to head down the Barking Emu and then the Red Rocks Trail to the waterfront. So I've just got to roughly the end of the Barking Emu trail. You can probably just see in the distance behind me the Windmill where I started, and the trail just winds along the ridge. Kind of behind me you can see there, comes along and it comes out just here. It certainly didn't come off the bike at all, although I did hit a branch with my head, so I was quite glad that I had my helmet on. I forgot my gloves, and there is a bit of gorse, so I definitely got some scratched up knees and hands. But yeah, so far so good. So I'm on the last section of Red Rocks, just a little bit of single track, a grade 4 trail down to the waterfront. Good chance to test my skills on the corners. Just got to the bottom of the Red Rocks Trail, a little bit more challenging than I'm used to, a few sharp corners and steep bits and shingly bits, but I made it okay, and I think it should, with a couple of months training, be okay for the Old Ghost Road. And so now I'm down at the Wellington coastline. I'm going to, there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 kilometres along the coast of gravel road and driveway that I will ride the bike along until I get to an actual sealed road and then it's a long slow hill back up to Brooklyn. So yeah, all in all, not a bad ride, and hopefully with a couple of months I will be ready to do the old Ghost Road.